the last crypto bull market starts soon. And I know a lot of you might think that this might not be the last one, and it might not really be the last one, but the last opportunity that we have to make life-changing money, in my opinion. And we are actually at the verge of the major pump that is about to happen, and the major parabolic move that we've all been waiting for. So that is exactly what I'm going to talk about on this live. Thank you so much for being here, guys. If you are here, smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section that you are here. And most importantly, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Let's jump into the content. As always, I have to tell you before we get going that the content of this video is for informational purposes only and not financial advice. Very important. Don't follow my trades blindly. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing and you can make your own decisions. If you take a trade with me, I'm happy. If you don't, I'm happy as well. It's all on you guys. I see we have 60 people watching. Welcome to everybody. Let me just twist myself out here because it's just some messiness happening here. As I said, we are moving studios this week, so it's gonna be a madness out here. So let's jump into it, guys. First off, let's talk about some news. As always, we talk about some news. Robinhood market. Robinhood basically got a Wells notice from the SEC. You know, SEC is basically doing what is this lady doing here? Wells notice from the SEC. So SEC is basically doing this, that one, and then they just give Wells notice out for crypto companies trying to throwing a dart to see what sticks. But obviously, the shares plummeted 7%, but obviously they are fighting back. As the CEO said, if necessary, we will use our resources to content this matter, SEC clash, in accordance with the intent of both defending our crypto business and establishing regulatory clarity in the United States for the benefit of our customers. Now, I know that with the whole Coinbase thing as well, I mean, the SEC is literally just cutting the tree on themselves, in my opinion. We'll see how this whole thing turns out, but this is actually quite big, suing Robinhood for allegedly packing up cryptocurrencies and then offering that as a package, therefore qualifying it as a security. I don't know how that will fly. Very important, Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF daily flow was positive for the second day in a row. I mean, give it up for them, guys. It's we had an 80-day down spiral on the Grayscale BTC flows, and now after 80 days, this is our second positive day. Let's hope that it continues upwards. We talked about this yesterday as well. Now, we had a very interesting talk today with the Benta fam on the research call, and we've been chatting about whether, Solana, like whether there will be a bull market. And I'm going to talk about it another day, maybe tomorrow, but whether there will be a real bull market where it's not only memes and DEGEN planes and all that shit, but it's actually real life utility coins, real life projects. Because if you look at all the layer 2, there has not been any alt season yet. I mean, we see a couple 100% here and there, but it hasn't been like the massive craziness that we're all expecting, or what we would all expect based on the experience of 2017 and 2021. But the question really is, will there ever be that, right? And then we're talking whether Solana BTC or Solana Ethereum is the new standard for kickstarting the altcoin rally. And if you see, Solana is basically taking the show here. So Solana measured against anything, Solana Matic, Solana ETH, DOT, Bitcoin, Algo, ADA, anything you measure Solana against, Solana is up. Meme coins are flying, and obviously it is extremely easy, extremely cheap, and very user-friendly to trade Solana-based coins. So Solana is going to be, I am actually going to relocate a lot of my portfolio, reorganize everything before this big run, and Solana is going to be one of the major holds from the non-DEGEN plays, right? Now, 𝗕𝗘 is also something very interesting. We talk a lot about 𝗕𝗘 in this channel. The reason why I brought them here in summarizing news from yesterday is because their TVL, total value logged, surpassed $200 million. I mean, that's just, you have to understand what that means. That means that basically $200 million worth of 𝗕𝗘 is logged in their protocol and then projects, in 𝗕𝗘 projects. So if you look at it on 1st of March, 2 months ago, it's been 22 million. And now it's at 200 million. So it's roughly a 10x, basically, or 9x here, 900% since then. Definitely very, very interesting play. We can look at the 𝗕𝗘 chart as well, see what we can get in on an entry. But I do want to scoop some 𝗕𝗘 for myself, maybe even on leverage. We might be looking at great entries to take this for the next run up. I think 𝗕𝗘 can be a very interesting play. Talking about 𝗕𝗘 and talking about Solana, on I love 𝗕𝗘𝗙𝗢 and 𝗕𝗘𝗙. This is not a paid ad. This is not a paid shill. It's like literally we just noticed it as well. Is that 𝗕𝗘𝗙, which is you probably know 𝗕𝗘𝗙 if you are trading meme coins, the biggest Solana wallet in the world. Last week's top tokens are, we got 5 tokens, but only 1 𝗕𝗘𝗙. And the ticker is 𝗕𝗘𝗙. So it's just absolutely insane. It's just absolutely insane. Everybody's taking notice. 𝗕𝗘𝗙 is actually doing very well. It has a pullback now, 20, 30%. I would wait for the 50 if you want an entry. So around here, around 8.7 cents. I think it's a no-brainer, but you not financial advice as always. Then I want to raise awareness, guys. Talking about 𝗕𝗘𝗙, very, very super fucking important. There are scams going around, and scams going around in a way that they send you random tokens. They mark them like 𝗕𝗘𝗙 airdrop. They drop it in your token, and they hope that you will interact with the token, right? So when you interact with the token, you look up the wallet address, then you can go to their website, then you can put in, you want to qualify for a 𝗕𝗘𝗙 airdrop, and then they drain your wallet and whatnot. That's definitely not happening. There is no 𝗕𝗘𝗙 airdrop confirmed, and please make sure that you do follow 𝗕𝗘𝗙 for up. 𝗕𝗘𝗙's up at 30,000 followers. Insane. In a month, absolutely insane. But anyway, so make sure that you follow these accounts on, the exact same thing with Gummy as well. Do not get scammed. I talk about this a lot, but I have to mention again, like it's very, very important that you do not get scammed. There are a bunch of impersonators. Look at this, I just wrote in my name and they're immediately 10, which is just not real. They're gonna DM you, they're gonna try to get money out of you. I don't have a paid group. You can get an investment with me. There's no special website, none of that. And neither will Kyle and Ren and Sheldon and all these other guys do. So please pay attention to that as well. It's really simple. I mean, this is I loved this chart, and I'm going to show you a funny bit as well. But it's very simple. Bitcoin goes up, gold stays stagnant, fiat goes down. That's basically what you all have to do. So if someone asks you what crypto is all about and why should I invest and why should I pick crypto over anything else, just show them this picture. And the last thing, doing God's work. I mean, you know, what can you say? If it will load, let me just restart, refresh. Buy Bitcoin, fuck the feds. shout out to the guy who did this. Now let's talk. I'm just watching this. How I made millions in the world best trader. I'm just watching. I think it's an interesting episode. Okay, so let's talk about heat maps. I don't talk about heat maps a lot, but the reason why it's important now, because I believe, and I'm going to explain to you why I believe that we are at the verge of a massive, massive fucking breakout on the crypto market in general, but on Bitcoin as well. I'm targeting like 80,000+ within the next 2 months. And we are at a very, very great place to see a reversal. What is interesting here is the heat map, and this is why I want to talk about the heat map, funding rate heat map, is because funding rate heat map basically shows you what participant on the market is active, right? So whether we have too many longs, too many shorts, who needs flushing out. But if you look at this, the funding is basically neutral, and that means that there is not really a decided direction of the market. And this can be tricky because when you see funding rates like this, a big move can happen to either direction. And I believe that is what we're going to see. We're going to see a little bit of pullback, and then we're going to see a massive explosion. When you look at this funding heat map, I don't know if you are familiar with it. If you come back to my content, we talked about it another day two times already. But if it's more yellow, that means the market is more dominated by the bulls. And if it's more purple, means the markets are dominated more by the bears. So there are more short positions than long positions. So when you see a funding like this being completely neutral, that can be a very great indication for you that leverage is flushed. There's not really a major participant in the market. Now let's jump into the actual content. I want to talk to you about. First of all, thank you so much, guys. I just can't even believe how much we've grown. Like literally on Saturday we passed 5,000, and now we're at 5,600. You know, I get a lot of comments, which literally warms my heart, saying, you know, that you guys are, you know, good content attracts people and followers and whatnot. I really, truly fucking appreciate this. I really, really, really do. We are going for 100,000. I told you we are going to 100,000 subs on this channel, so I'm very happy that you're here on the journey. Invite your friends, invite your family, and subscribe to the channel. Now, before I jump into the chart, let me look at the chat, guys. Let me look at the chat, because looking at the chat, and check this out, I actually did something. So if you follow the content, you'll know that I do this funny. Oh, and I got a haircut. Ha! How do you like it? But I do this. I'm a little bit tired. I'll tell you the truth. I feel a little bit sick. I'm a little bit tired, so you might feel my energy is a little bit fluid now. But that doesn't distract me from creating something cool for you. So I always had the problem with like trying to like pick the zooming effect, but now it's just a click of a button. We're gonna store this as well, but it is what it is. So I just wanted to show you. I think it's funny. I think it's cool. Let me look at the chat. Guys, smash the like. I'm Stefan. I missed you yesterday. That was this thumbs down guy. That was, and I missed you. And I said, very Stefan, but Stefan is not here. Guys, while I'm talking and looking at the chat, please smash that effing like button. It takes you a second. Literally takes you a second. It really does help the channel. What up, nerds? Good evening. Good evening, Anand. Good evening, Torben. Torben from Denmark, is it? Torben Peterson. Mark, let's fucking go. Asmir, yo. GM, feeling like a faithful, not miss the live in nearly 2 weeks. I am happy. GM, last bull. Yeah, we can talk about that. From some perspective, it is, I think, the last bull market what we can see. Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, Drew, nice to see you around. Carlo, give us alpha. We're here for you. I'm here for you as well. Like has been smashed, my man. That's what's up. Seth, I see you. What's up, Luke? Heidi, nice to have you here. Chizo, how's it? Master Fefe, you give us such a stunning explanation of your trading method. I still wanted to watch it 100 times, but then the video was deleted. Which video was deleted? Not late anymore. Please share, guide us with thoughts. Market, yes, I am going to do that. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Always, as always, I am going. There's a super chat. Super chat on from Shadow Trades. 100 giveaway. Wake up the chat. Okay, we're not gonna do a ton giveaway, but nice haircut. Thank you. We can look at what's your thoughts on dog. We can look at all the coins. As always, I structured the show that we have some news at the beginning. Then we're gonna look at the charts, and then we're gonna look at your coins as well. So stay through the end. We're gonna do that. All right. What are your meme coin portfolio? 𝗕𝗘𝗙 is my meme coin portfolio for now. Okay, but let's jump into it. Adam, I see you. Nice. All right, let's go. So, Bitcoin, guys. Here's my thoughts. First of all, I want to give you an explanation why I think this is the last bull market. Obviously, you know, if we want to grow, we gotta do these clickbait thumbnails and titles, and I'm not really doing them, but this resonated with me because I do think that this is gonna be the last opportunity to make life-changing money like this. I think you're gonna be able to pull a 3x, 4x in the next bull market as well, but pulling thousands of X's is gonna be probably impossible going forward. Maybe not, but I think the regulations will come in. I think there will be on the macro scale, there will be massive crisis, a crash that's coming that will impact risk assets, crypto, that will impact the world in a greater scheme. And I don't think that we're going to have this opportunity for a long time that we have right now in this bull market. And this is why you got to squeeze it completely. Now, why do I think that it is the last bull market? Obviously, as I said, I don't think it's the last bull market, but I think it's the last bull market where we can make massive gains. Now, why do I think it starts soon? It is starting today, tomorrow, this week, very, very, very soon. And the reason is because we have had, as I explained, if you follow the channel, you know this already. We talked about this, but there was a 50% retrace on the total market cap. So if you look at the total market cap, you will see that there was a 50% retrace on the total market cap. And the 50% retrace on the total market cap is sufficient enough for us to see a reversal. Markets always retrace 50%. I think this gap will be left behind. If not, then we're going lower, 1.6 trillion, which will send Bitcoin to below 50. Again, I don't think that will happen. But what I see is that we do have a 50% retracement on the total market cap, and that's enough for Bitcoin to start rocketing, even though Bitcoin did not have a 50% retracement yet. So if I pull it from this leg, we did have, but if I pull it from the proper place, which is down here, we missed it by a tiny bit. But we have seen this happen previously here as well. So that's not a major issue for now. But if I look at the 15-minute chart, let me look in there. First, when I look at the 15-minute chart, let me just delete everything here. So what I've been expecting, first of all, on the 4-hour, we do have a major. It was a POI. We have a wick through. This is a major move showing very much strength in Bitcoin, reversing it. You can call it a V-shaped recovery, right? So you can look at it as, come on, man. You can look at it as a V-shaped recovery. We make a market structure shift here, market structure break there. We take liquidity from here. So this is a very, very, very strong reversal. If you don't know what, Stefan, there is this thumbs down guy here. So please tell him to, you know, just do your work, Stefan. Please do your work. We're counting on you. So this is a V-shaped recovery, we have a massive liquidity built up. That means that we can literally just see this happen, right? I do believe that we should come back 50%. That would be ideal. And if I look at this, the 50% would be down here at around 61,000 regions. So that's what I would be waiting for. Technically, I don't think I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not, or am I? So I don't think that we should break, and break means holding above. So it's not just a wick through, but it's a hold. This is the decision point here. I don't think that we should break above there, which would be, what is it? It's 65,500-ish. I think we might wick through, but I don't think we're gonna break above. If you look at the 15-minute structure, you will see, and this is, you know, again, you have to come back every single day. I teach you everything I do. I give you, I give you everything I know about trading. And also I give you the explanation every single day what Bitcoin is. And as I explained to you, we did see a market structure shift here. And that indicates that a pullback towards the 50% is happening, which is down at 61,000. Now we could potentially see a pullback to the, on this leg. That is a possibility, but we still have to come down to 62,000, even if we consider this leg alone. Now, why is this interesting? It's interesting because we do build up liquidity here. So it's a massive liquidity pool. I could talk about this liquidity as well. These lows, I could talk about these lows. I could talk about this internal liquidity. I could talk about this liquidity that has to be taken, which is now starting to happen. So this basically is a liquidity pool that you have to consider. And when you have a liquidity pool like this, that pool will be taken. Let me just mark this as a market structure shift. And then I believe that we need to see a retrace. Now, either to the 50% alone, which we got right now, and then show a reaction. So technically this would be actually a great way to look at this, and then we can confirm that we're gonna go lower, or we have to see either we have to see a push through, which I don't think will happen. Maybe we'll wick through here and then come down, or we just see a retrace and then potentially show a reversal. We need to see a market structure shift. Right now, this is the level that should be broken. It is not broken yet, and therefore I think that we rather take this high, which can be a liquidity inducement trap. It's like trapping. People say it's a resistance and they start shorting and then they got fucked. Like, this is kind of what I'm looking at. This could be the potential play. So what I'm expecting is I'm expecting us to go lower, although, as I said, the possibility of Bitcoin starting to move from here is absolutely there. Absolutely there, because we did have the retrace. We have a V-shaped recovery on the 4-hour and on the daily, which is absolute. Like, this is like a very strong reversal signal. Very strong reversal signal. Bitcoin can start moving from here. This would be called a rally-based rally, but I hope that we are going to see a pullback because of liquidity. So that's my main idea here, to give you the two scenarios for today, because tomorrow I will update you anyway. But for today, number one is that we see a retrace to about 60, basically anywhere here. Anywhere here, if we see a market structure shift, which means like a lower low, lower low after forming a higher high, then you can see a retrace. Possibly close your longs. If you are in a long, I would consider do that, or just know that a pullback is coming. I will not short, because again, it can start pushing, but this is what I would be interested in looking at. And if that happens, my first buying area will be, let me pull this up here, at around 62,000 region. So I want to see a market structure shift around the 62,000. I want to see this liquidity taken, and when that happens, I need to see a market structure shift. I will get in on a long position here, stop loss below the swing low, and ride it from there. So that's one scenario, most likely scenario in my opinion. The second scenario, which again, it's trading is a game of probabilities. The second scenario is we start pushing from here. If we have an hourly close above here, if we have a 1 hour candle close above there, I will take a long position. So if we do this and there is a 1 hour close above, I will take a long position and I will place my stop loss below these lows that actually took some liquidity. Then this can be considered a strong continuation, and then possibly target the highs again. These are the two main scenarios that I'm looking at for today and for this week. Also very important to note that there is Bitcoin dominance, which is building up liquidity. However, if you look at the daily, I mean, this is just building up a perfect trend line liquidity for it to move lower. 2 seconds. To move lower, and yeah, and move lower viciously. This could signal the potential altcoin rally as well. If you look at the USDT dominance, talked about this as well. I would expect a pump on Bitcoin dominance. This is also one of the reasons why I expect a dump on Bitcoin and cryptos in general, because I would expect a reversal and a little bit of retrace on the USDT dominance up to the 5.1 region. That would be perfectly enough for Bitcoin to go down to like 62K, and then this can continue. The USDT dominance can continue its descent for this bull market. If you look at it, obviously we've been since September, we've been in a downward move. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, and then possibly targeting like sub 3%. This is what I would like to see, and this is what I think will happen. Obviously, USDT dominance can come all the way up to like 5.9 and still be extremely freaking bearish. But if that happens, that's like another 20% move, which will send Bitcoin lower, much lower, and altcoins as well. I don't think it's happening. We do see a 4-hour structure shift, exactly the opposite that what we see with Bitcoin. We do see a structure shift down here, so a retrace would make sense, and then a continuation down. Or, as I explained, negatively correlated to Bitcoin, we see a dump, a base, a dump. That can also happen as well. We have to take it level by level, but this is what I think will happen. Now, before I... one more thing, we can look at the 4-hour structure as well. I think I'm going to be sick. That's what I'm thinking now. This was the decision point. I told you that if this goes above, you can basically long anything. The market cap went 7-8% since then. We do have a market structure shift here, which is enough, definitely enough. And it's even a close above on the total market cap. There's no fucking way we're not going up, guys. There's no fucking way, and there's no way that this low is not going to hold. Again, not financial advice, but I'm just looking at the chart. If there is a close above a very strong level, I don't care about this liquidity here, internal liquidity, because that's been taken with the wick. But we could close above. We have a retrace. Hopefully we come back to like 50, and that's the generational buying opportunities in my opinion. So we are there. We are at the level where we can get the generational buying opportunities. Guys, I'm going to look at the chat now, but before I do that, I want to remind you, subscribe to the channel. I teach you how to trade every single day. I'm coming here. It's free to watch. The only thing I ask you to do is smash that like, literally. Leave a comment. I appreciate that. Ask your questions. We are going to move on to the tokens that you want to look after following up on the trades that we took yesterday. But please, just smash the like. It takes you nothing. We have 210 people watching, 122 likes. So please, just smash the like. And please keep in mind, nothing here is financial advice. Let's go. Let me look at this thing here. Always great off of FF. Would you say holding my bags from October 2023 will render more X by mid-2025? They're starting to get into... Yeah, no. That's absolutely fine. Leave it. I mean, make sure that you are in great bags, but yes. Good afternoon from somewhere in the mountains of West Ukraine. Oh, wow, Paul, wow. Are you traveling or what's happening? I want to invest 10K in Gary Network, Web3, SocialFi D app. Please need your thoughts on that. I don't know anything about that. The only thing I can tell you is that depending on how much 10K is for you. If it's like less than 1% of your portfolio, fine, do it. If not, then reconsider, in my opinion. LFG, big pass from Phantom. Yeah, exactly. Good afternoon from the Netherlands. Hey. Good afternoon. I know it's a bad joke, I know. The gummy one almost got me. It was very real looking. Yeah, exactly. It's very real looking, but not true. Yes. Good night from New Zealand. Vicky, I love that. Nice hacker, but thanks. We talked about that. IOZ, we can look at it. Altcoins, let's go. Hey Fefe, can I just ask if you always consider a wick for MSS, even if on the lower time frame it's just a wick? If not, what's the reason for not considering it? So basically a market structure shift means that it depends on liquidity, right? It depends on liquidity. So if you have a lot of liquidity laying above and you have a wick, so here for example, if this would be like, I don't know, if this was my initial Bar play. Oh, it's the total market cap. Okay, whatever. But let's assume that this is not here, right? So if this was my bearish POI and we go through here a wick and then don't close above, I would not be sure that this is strong enough because there's liquidity here, there's liquidity here, there are massive short orders. Also, this inefficiency, the beginning of the fair value gap has been missed. So like a wick like this would not make sense for me. But usually a close means a very strong market structure shift. A wick means liquidity, and then you have to consider liquidity concepts. You don't see my chart. So what I'm saying is that if this was like a bearish OB up here, right, and I would see this come up like this and it does a wick, but this here is just a wick, I would not consider that because there is liquidity here, there's liquidity here. We know that there are early shorting positions here, so I would not consider that. It always depends on what you are looking at. Yo, brother, hope you remember me, that noob trader lol support resistance. Hey, nice. You're not a noob, man. You're not a noob. It's absolutely fine. That's why we're here. We're here to learn. So, way to go. Way to go. Way to go. To the moon we go. Yes, did you got more boom on the deep? I didn't even have boom. Great work. Any news for gummy hair sex coming again? I can tell you. Good afternoon from Nigeria. Nigeria, I hear you guys have some serious problem with going on with the whole banning and not banning, and smash the like button. Stefan knows it. F-fat, we cannot see. It's fine. F-fat is fine. Can't see what you're talking about. Lol. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's go back to the charts. I want to show you, and I want to revisit some of the trades that we talked about yesterday. You're very welcome, 𝗕𝗘𝗙𝗢𝗙. So let's look at some of the trades we took yesterday. So number one was I talked about AR, right? Oh, it's fixed now, okay. I don't know if Benny's watching the show, but if you do, buddy, it's fixed. It's fixed. The bluefin thing is fixed. Holy fuck! What are these? All these alerts? Don't do this. I mean, if you wanna look like an amateur, you can do this. But it's like I had like 4 alerts there. I think the problem is that I set it on my phone, and some is not visible on phone, and some is not visible on the desktop, and then I just set 4 alerts at the same place. I don't know what happened there, but now we have it sorted. Let's go. Exactly. So here's what I said that I took a long here. The reason why I took a long here, I explained this on the show yesterday. I explained it on the show yesterday. I don't want to go back, but if you want, you can go back. Here I said if we see a retrace to the 50, which was, so I said if you see a retrace to the 50 on this leg, or if you see a retrace on the 50 on this leg, you can get in on a position. Now we didn't see on the major leg, but this was enough. Even if you consider from here, which was causing the pump, I think this was a sufficient retrace. And I said if we're gonna come back here, I'm going to take a position. Now I actually was expecting this to break. I was expecting this low to break because we couldn't close above here, and there was no 50% here. So if you look at this, I pull it to the bottom, there was no 50% retrace. So I thought that this market structure shift only happened because we needed to see the retrace. So I didn't get in on a position. But when I saw later that this liquidity has been taken, so it was a liquidity creation, this liquidity has been taken. And then we saw a market structure shift from there. Basically here I had to get in on a position, and that's exactly what I did. I got in on a position here. I tweeted about this on my X profile, so if you follow me, then you know that. If not, there is a link in the description. Do that. Guys, there is 220 people watching. For me to move, if you follow this content, you know this. I'm not joking. I am going to just sit here and watch and look at you, and I'll say, this button doesn't fucking work, man. This button doesn't. I wanted to say, and I will say, if you don't smash the like button, I'm not gonna continue, and we're just gonna look at each other like this. No, but anyway, so what I wanted to say is that you need to make sure to smash the like button, because we have 210 people watching, 137 likes, doesn't add up. And if you want me to go through all the coins for free every single day, you have to smash the like. That's just the name of the game. So I'm genuinely telling you, if we don't get 160 likes, I'm not gonna move forward. So that's what I want, please. Thank you. So I had this entry here, and it actually did. You know, again, you know that I've been talking about this. You literally just needed to do this. You literally just need to play a 1-to-1 after a market structure shift, and you can make money. So I would have made $1,000 on this. I took a tiny position. I took a $3,000 position on 10x, and I would have made $1,000 here if I sold that 1-to-1. But now I'm trying to prepare for the higher time frame runs. And so got in a position here. I slept all over this, the whole thing, and it came back to my entry. And what I didn't like, and the reason why I wrote to you that I exited actually around here when I tweeted. No, even here, somewhere here. I tweeted in the morning. So I tweeted around here and I exited. It was 0.5. So at around 5%. I exited about 5%. So somewhere here. And the reason is because we are building lots and lots and lots of liquidity. Now this is not that bad. Not that bad if you consider, like, you can also do it like this. But it's just the pool. Like you see a lot of people long here. They place their stop loss. A lot of people long here. Plays their stop loss. Plays their stop loss. Plays their stop loss. And I just see that we need to have a flush. Especially if we consider what I just explained with... I just can't believe this, guys. You don't see my chart. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's you know, it's the whiskey. No, I'm just joking. I'm actually becoming sick. Sick, unfortunately. I'm never sick, but I feel it in me now. So it's coming. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is that I had how long I've been talking. It's like fucking I talk like this forever. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so we have a high here. This is where I entered. Because I wanted to, like, I was afraid that we were gonna close below here, right? So because this was not a market structure shift, I was afraid that this is gonna be a 50% retrace here. And then I didn't enter. I was expecting a close below that didn't come. Then we saw this liquidity being taken here, and then I had to enter on the position because of the market structure shift liquidity creation, and this was nothing compared to all this liquidity that I was expecting to be taken, which actually happened. So I entered in a long position here. I slept over this entire thing here. As I said, if you would do 1-to-1, you would basically be able to just make money. I will do a complete video on this later at some point when I got 2 seconds. But if you played an MSS entry 1-to-1, you like 90% hit rate, you would have made money. But what I see now is that it's coming back. I sold around this region. The reason why I got out is because we have a lot of liquidity laying. So long here, space, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. And I would expect something like this to happen relatively soon, especially if Bitcoin dumps the way I think it will. And it's just not worth the risk. It's just not worth the risk. So that's what you have to know. There is a liquidity pool laying down here, and that liquidity pool is what I'm expecting to be taken. Now, very important, this low will not get violated. I'm pretty confident that this low will not get violated, and that means that I'm going to set an alert here, and if and when this liquidity is taken, I am going to wait for a market structure shift and get in on a position again. So like this is what I want to see. If I see this on the 15-minute, possibly on the 1 hour would be gorgeous, but like, you know, I don't know. Then I am going to enter a position on the retrace or on the move, depending on how impulsive it will be. If it will be something like this, I'll probably just enter on the top here with 50-60% and then just wait for the 50% retrace if it happens. So 50% of my position, I'll put it in at the pump, at the market structure shift, and wait with another 50% to wait for the 50% retrace on the chart. I hope it makes sense, guys. So we are at 150 likes, so I'm just gonna sit here and wait. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. The only thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at the chat. No charge, bro. I'm so sorry. 200 blocks on BTC. We did that. We did that in the weekend, guys. We did that in the weekend. How about near? We can look at that in a second. I just need 4 more likes. 4 more likes, and we can look at all the charts you guys want. Smash the like, please. It's not that hard. Exactly. It's just literally 2 seconds. Can you look at INJ? I would love to do that, but I need 160 likes. So I would love to do that. Smash that shit. Like. That's we don't see your charts. I'm so sorry. Yes, I fixed it. We can see fixed it. All the way from Malaysia. Any realistic price prediction on Sol? 1,000. I'm telling you, Sol is going to 1,000. I think it's going to pull a 10x from here. So it's saying $500 to $800. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's gonna go to 1,000, but 500 is very, very, very reasonable. Look at me, look at you. Sheesh, who's serious not smashing the like? Exactly, exactly. Drew, yo, tell us about your favorite car while we wait for likes. My favorite car, I'm just, yeah, I never talk about this stuff. I don't want to talk about this stuff publicly because I don't like when people like show off with shit and stuff. But I mean, I don't really have a favorite car per se. I loved the Audi R8. I love Ferraris. I mean, I love Ferraris. But I love the Audi R8. But then I'm actually looking at a Tesla. I actually want to get a Tesla. I don't know, just, you know, it's just 3 seconds to 100, and it's just electric, and it's like self-driving, and it's just so cool. So I'm literally just looking at it now. I don't know, I'm not, and it's also not like, you know, when you buy a Tesla, it's not like you buy a Ferrari and everybody's looking at you and you're being the douche, and yeah. Love to watch you. I love to watch you as well. Love to watch you comment. I've given the likes, thank you. Smash the like. We're almost there. We're 170. Okay, we can move forward. So now the best thing to do is that you wanna. Someone's saying, "Ayo, wanna play chess?" I don't have time to play chess, but I love to play chess. So let's get into the tokens that you want me to analyze. I want to look at other tokens as well, so you can pop it in, and then we just look at them in a second. What I want to do is the following. I want to look at FTM, because then I was looking at an FTM long. I had this drawing yesterday up, right? Some people were calling to long up here at like 74.2, not us. We know that it's not the way to go. I was telling you that wait for a retrace, a 50% retrace. When a 50% retrace comes, wait for a market structure shift on the 15-minute or possibly on the hour. Now what you see here is exactly that. Let me delete everything. But that is exactly what you see. So you have a leg here. You have this leg. No, actually, hold on a second. So you have this leg, then you have this leg. No, exactly. That's why. So here we didn't have a retrace. Oh, we did have a retrace here. Okay, good. We did have a retrace here. We had a retrace here, here. And then we're coming lower. So this here is a major. We shouldn't have broken that, to be honest. But the fact that we broke this level tells me that we are coming to a serious liquidity territory. So when you broke below, I know that liquidity has been taken. And that's a very, very strong indication. And if you see a market structure shift like this after liquidity has been taken, you can be confident that it is a very, very strong level. And that is what we see now. So I believe that we are getting ready on FTM as well. I would be interested in taking a position if I see a 5-minute market or 3-minute market structure shift down here in the discount zone. So around below 69.6 would be my region. That would be an interesting area, but it was very important on every dump. Now, I think you see Bitcoin is dumping. If you're not following this channel or subscribe, I have no fucking idea what you're doing. Anyway. So what I'm looking at is I want to see Bitcoin, I want to see FTM and everything else actually come down to the discount and show a market structure shift. That's what I want to see. I want to see a higher high on a lower time frame for me to confirm that the reversal is happening. Very important that I need to see a reversal on the total market cap as well. So I got to go down in the 15-minute and I got to see a reversal on the lower time frame as well. So when we come back, we come down to the 50% below here, 2.24, I want to see a higher high forming on the total market cap as well. That would be essential to confirm that the overall market is going to go up, and you can basically buy anything because GOAT will be able to make money here and brag on Twitter. But that's the idea here. That's the idea here. Anything below discount on Phantom is like below 69.67. I would be interested in looking at a long position. Possibly it will come down to 69.29 at 24. I don't think this will be violated. I don't think, because if this does get violated, we are going down. We're going down to like 66.9. But this was another coin we looked at. Let's look at DOT. So we talked about DOT as well, the same thing that I explained yesterday. The only thing here is that it didn't get to our point of interest. So it came all the way down here. I said we're going to go to 7, between 7 and 6.85. We came down to 7.015. The only reason why this is a problem for me is because we only created liquidity. We didn't really take liquidity. So this here could be considered as liquidity, but not as big. Like, you know, this here is big pump. So this here is liquidity. This here is a big pump. So this here is liquidity. This here is not that big of a a pump, therefore there's not that big of a liquidity. By coming down to this level, we have literally just added to that liquidity. People longed here, so I am actually expecting a massive drop on DOT. Even though we have a market structure shift, I think this will have a severe, I think this will have an issue here. So I would expect DOT to come down, show a reversal, and then long there. But I don't want to rule out the possibility of this actually just coming back to the 50, not breaking below 71, and then moving on from there. You have to take it based on the total market cap and Bitcoin as well. So I'm just going to put an alert here. Actually, I'm not interested in long in DOT, to be very honest with you. But yeah, but I'm going to put an alert here, and then let's see. All right, let's look at what you guys want to look at. Can I unlike and like again? Yes, sure. Where is the best way to stake Matic? I don't know. Use a centralized exchange, perhaps. I don't know, actually. Special luck. I'm long INJ. Looking forward to analysis. Let's look at INJ. Guys, make no mistakes. I think everything will fall now. I think everything will go down 3, 4, 5%, and then we can get ready to long. But everybody will start selling. Like, you will see these headlines coming. Oh, the bull market is not here yet. I think we're gonna go down. I think we're gonna go down to 62, possibly all the way down to 60. All the way down to 60 is good. And then we're gonna take today, tomorrow, this week is definitely the entry. In my opinion, it's definitely the entry. So INJ, same thing. Look at this. It's like a fucking look at this pool. So I marked this level, which was the POI on the hourly as well, and this here actually builds up there. So this liquidity is building up for this POI. So coming down there is what I'm interested about. You can't fade it. You can't fade the possibility of this coming back 50 down to the 25-ish region and then bouncing from there. Unlikely, I think, looking at Bitcoin and the total market cap. But can happen. Depends how well alts hold. But I really want to see it down here at the 24. Sub this. So below 24-ish. So I'm going to raise the bar here. But around these regions. Again, you have to place your stop loss where others... you have to place your entry where others place their stop losses. Number one rule of market makers as well. So around down here, 24.6-ish down below, we got to see a market structure shift. That's where I want to enter. But I mean, it seems like a small drop. But if you consider it's a 5% drop, I mean, it does make sense. Because when you're 10x, for example, you're 50% down, then this means you need the same move up to get back there. So it definitely does make a huge difference. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We do this every single day. This is the time when I'm giving an analysis on your tokens, so you can also pop that in there. Let's go. Do you want to give your maybe when we get when we hit 1 million subs, when we hit 1 million subs, I'm gonna give away a Tesla. Let's do that. You have to do another 100x. Yeah. Now, long time no see. Haven't heard about this token forever. It had a decent run. What? It had a decent run. What? It went all the way up to 25. Wow. I was very big. You know where I bought now? Bought now at $4. It's not even on this chart. I bought now at $4. 2017, I think. 2020. Massive liquidity built up. I just don't think this will hold. Yeah, I just don't think this will hold. I mean, this is a great area. Oh no, this can hold. Technically can hold. Sorry, this technically can hold. If you look at this, let me look at the hourly. FTM is being hit now, just so you know. I'm gonna look at it in a second. Yeah, so you come down here in the hourly, you don't really make a market structure shift, comes back lower, liquidity builds up. I think we're gonna come lower. I think below here, if we take this liquidity here and show a market structure shift, that's where you wanna get in. So below 15, what is it? 15.33. Below that would be interesting. FTM is getting hit. Let me look at FTM. Yeah, we might come lower, guys. We might come lower. I mean, if this doesn't, I don't think it will hold. But if this doesn't hold and alts don't react well, I mean, yeah, this is a 3% on Bitcoin, 10% on alts. We might actually go down lower. Yeah, maybe we take all this liquidity. Wow. I mean, that would be good because then we get a major flush, like a major flush. That would be ideal, actually. That would be very good. That would be very good opportunities. I don't think it will happen. I think rather that we come down to these discounted areas and then we see a market structure shift, then we can enter. But you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let me set this. All right, DEGEN. I was so bullish on DEGEN. I don't even know what's happening with them. Not looking good, bruv. Not looking good, bruv. Yeah, liquidity builds up. The problem is that it's a narrative-based token. I can't really do TA on this. That's the honest truth. Like, whoever tells you they can do TA on these tokens, I mean, good luck. But I don't know. I can't. I'm not a good enough trader to do TA on charts like this. Or not a good enough fortune teller. IOZ. It's not on Blowfin. Yeah, so look at this. I guess it came back 50, did it? So it comes back 50, perfectly comes back 50. It doesn't have a market structure shift. That's the thing here. It does have some kind of... I mean, this could be considered. This was a liquidation event, comes back retest, comes, takes the high, comes back retest. I mean, you could wait for a 50 here. I would take it level by level if you want to only spot, obviously, but if you want to get in here, it is building up liquidity, which is nice. So this could technically just come down here, show a reaction and move on. Like, I would look at around 0.8. I would start looking at a market structure shift and start buying if you're bullish on the project and if you know if you want to get on. Ton, let's look at Ton because I know a lot of you are interested in Ton. Also, guys, if you have any questions, like a Q&A thing, you can pop it in now. You know what? In fact, I'm just gonna do a poll. Ton, because I know a lot of you. So I put a poll in here, a Q&A, not a poll, sorry, a Q&A. So you can just write in the Q&A. You can write in the Q&A and then it will be in there. So if you go there, you can just answer here and then you know, all the trading related questions and whatever can come in here. And then we can just do the tokens until then. So let's look at Ton. Liquidity built up. Yes, this is also the problem, you know, like comes down very fucking deep. It was after the news, right? After the news, it just comes down very deep, dumps 30-40%. Then it has a massive shift. I mean, if Bitcoin really comes down there and alts will dump like 8%, we are looking at down here. We're looking at like 5.46. Other than that, I would be willing to take a long here. This is called the liquidity inducement trap as well. Why? Because it didn't really come back. When it comes back and it's already building up liquidity. So here, it didn't come back 50. Then it had another push. So this push was not valid. It doesn't matter that we break this low here, which people would say, oh, this is support. No, it's not support because it didn't come back to the discount zone. So you can consider that as a weak level, but it's not support. So if you pull it up to the end, you got to see it coming back to discount. And now you see it coming back to discount, but it's already building up liquidity. It's not going up like this. It's not pulling what it should pull. Look at this. So this here is a profit. So we take liquidity and then we have a market structure shift. You could have entered here, stop down here, you know? Like that's not the way here. That's not the way it goes. So what I'm seeing here is that this is a liquidity inducement trap with a built up liquidity pool. So we'll come lower, potentially down here, and then show reversal. That's our entry. So this is where I would be interested in looking at. Again, if Bitcoin takes a piece and alts can't hold, we are looking at lower. We're looking at like 5.3-ish region. That's what we're looking at from and below, right? To see a market structure shift and then a moon from there. That's what we're looking at. Let me look at what else do you guys have? So many requests, guys. Look into WIF. Let's do WIF. Not looking good, bruv. Not looking good, bruv. So if you look, actually, we might have a bigger crash. We might have a bigger crash than we think. Yeah, we might have a bigger crash. We are looking at 10% here. We might have a bigger crash. Let's see. Let's see. Potentially 3. If we get a bigger crash, 3, around 3, this would be the region where I would be interested in buying. Or looking at below here, looking at market structure shift. If we don't get the big dump, I would start looking at market structure shift below 3.15. 3.16 actually. Look for a reversal on the 15-minute. Right? This is what I'll be looking at. RUNE. Let's look at RUNE. This was an entry for someone. Not good. This is liquidity. Building up. Very nice. There is a pool down here. This was an entry I gave you on the live on RUNE on the 2nd of May. I think we took this together, but sold on this pump. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, this is a pool building up just above the POI. I think it's great. I'll actually delete this because it doesn't make sense that it's here. An actual POI here. Yeah, this could be. I mean, if there is internal liquidity here as well, so we can look at, you know, we can look at potentially lower as well. But I would imagine, yeah, this is actually, this should hold. So technically, yeah, so technically from anywhere from here would be good. Anywhere from here, even this might hold. I mean, depends, right? So I would look at from like 5.22. I would start looking at a market structure shift. If I see a market structure shift from anywhere there, I would get into a position. Actually, I think it's a great one. Hi from Kopangan. I haven't been to Kopangan, but I've been to Koh Samui. Beautiful place. And I have a friend living in Kopangan. Hello from Istanbul. What's up? Athena is worth looking at. Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, the good stuff about this is that it's building up massive fucking, look at this. This is going to be explosive growth. So it has a liquidity pool above. A lot of people, I guess, shorting or selling or whatever that is. Comes back 50, but it also builds up liquidity on the bottom here. So you got to watch out for this. I mean, if it plays out, we come below here. I mean, below here could be an interesting play. Again, very, very important to make sure not to play this if you are not familiar on what this does. It's quite new. Please pay attention to this. Okay, so it's also a fundamental play, not only a TA play, but technically this could be a great level to look at down here for sure. I live here. Nice. Such a nice place. Great. Love the white background. Nice. Ghostum is really not good. Oh, okay. I think it was great. It was okay. It was too busy, but it was okay. Let me look at the Q&A. Will you get baked? Absolutely. Will I get the token? I mean, if you're farming, you will get the token. How do you see liquidity? Well, I see liquidity from a trend line. So you probably learned from a lot of people that this is a trend line, and we also bounce off the trend line, and like it's not that way, you know. So this is actually called a liquidity, meaning liquidity is limit orders. People place their stop losses, and then they place their stop losses. If you go long here, you place your stop loss here. If you go long here, you place your stop loss here. You go long, you place your stop loss here, and then it adds up into like a pool of liquidity. Liquidity is orders basically, and if someone wants to, let's say there's a market maker and they want to get in on a position because they missed the move, right? They want to get in a position. The best thing they can do is to engineer liquidity, a clear trend line to trade off. Like 98% of the people lose money with trend lines, but like when you have this trend line to move off, what they do is that they simply liquidate all these positions from the trend line, the same people who were longing on the trend line will go short now on the retest to the trend line, right? And so that's double selling pressure for the institutions to get large orders in, because if they want to buy, there needs to be sellers. So by engineering liquidity, they can get their orders in and therefore can buy up the dumps and the stop loss, basically the liquidity that was created there, they rate the liquidity, they get their orders in, and when the same guys, same rookies that went long on the trend line start shorting on the retest, they get their orders in again, and basically send this to Valhalla. That's the idea here. So you have several types of liquidity. You can say a trend line liquidity, which is like this. You can see relative equal highs, relative equal lows. So if you do something like this is like relative equal highs here, you know, so it can go like this. So it doesn't have to be like a trend line, but relative equal highs, relative equal highs, relative equal highs, and then trend line. And then when you have and then you can have double tops, right? So something like this, which is basically relative equal highs, or you can have triple tops as well, you know. This is good because usually how many times it happens that you get an order here, you go short here because it's a top, and then you get a short here, and then this happens and wicks you out, and then it goes exactly to your direction. That's exactly because the market makers want that to happen. They want that to happen, right? So that's how I spot liquidity. I don't want to delete my drawings on Bitcoin as well. And then I have to leave, guys. I will have to leave. How did the market structure shift? A higher, and lower time frame. When you made wife changing money? I never. I'm not gonna change my wife for money. I think it's a stupid slang. I think it's very, very important to keep, you know, to be faithful. If you have someone who's been with you from the hard times, they deserve to be with you on the good times as well. When do you see the bull market ending if Trump gets elected? Fuck, I hope he does get elected. And 2025, we're going to rock if he gets elected. What time is out for swing trades? I mean, higher time frame. Look for 1 day point of interest and verify. Wait for a 4-hour market structure shift. How are you? I'm very tired. I'm a little bit sick, and I think I'm going to get a little bit more sick now, but I'm good. Can you see Trias? I don't know what that is. Andy on Blast. Yeah. What time frame do you use for your leverage trades? Well, I like to trade short time frames. So what I do, I look at a 1 hour and a 4 hour point of interest, and I confirm with a 5 or 15 minute market structure shift. And if I want to get in on a higher time frame, I look at a 4 hour or a daily point of interest, and I confirm with a 1 hour or 4 hour market structure shift. What are thoughts on Chainlink for the bull market? 𝗕𝗘𝗢 is very bullish on it. I'm not a fundamental guy. I hear very good things about it. It's definitely not a bad bet. How do you identify the market structure shift? I just explained higher high after a dump. Can you please see OLX token? We're not going to look at it now if you don't mind. I'm just going to finish this up. I want you to do 2 things for me, please. Number 1 is I want you to fill this poll in, which will be how was today's show? Good. Goof. We can do ok. And then we can go bad. You can rate this here. I really want to know. And very, very importantly, what I really want you to do is I really want you to let me know in the chat, how did you like this show? Guys, as you know, I'm putting it up on the end screen. So please make sure that you write your comments, your reviews or whatever in the chat. It does make a lot of sense to me. It warms my heart if I see, even if you have a feedback, even if you think the show was not bad, great, do that, tell me, and then we can look at it as well. Let me share my screen here. So 84% of you say good, 15% was okay. I will take the 15%, seeing how I feel myself, or feeling myself, how I feel myself. That way, guys, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Thank you for being here. I genuinely hope that I will be here tomorrow. If not, because I'm getting sick, please keep an eye on my Twitter. There is a link in the description to my Twitter. I post actually updates basically all the time. So if I take a trade, I update you there. If I do whatever, I update you here. So go and follow me. Make sure that you follow the right one. There is a link in the description. Follow that. And then, other than that, guys, thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate every single one of you. All 5,600 and something of you. Take care, have fun, and I believe that I will see you in the next one. Take care.